Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and then examine the stories and the art. And this time, just because I thought February needed a little humor injected into it, we're going to take a look at this book right here, Angel and the Ape, number 5 from 1969 DC Comics. You might say, Angel and the Ape? Yeah, that's kind of the way I thought about it a long time ago. But I actually like it. Well, it's because I like apes, and who doesn't like pretty dumb blondes? Platinum blondes in this case. Okay, Angel and the Ape is a humor title published by DC Comics, created by E. Nelson Bridwell and Bob Oksner, who made their first appearance in Showcase number 77 in 1968, followed by their own title, drawn by Oksner and mostly inked by Wally Wood, lasting for 7 issues. At least Volume 1 was 7 issues. Volume 2 was a 4-issue miniseries, and Volume 3 was a 4-issue miniseries from different eras, and each one took a different take on the characters. And the basic premise is Angel O'Day is a private investigator of O'Day and Simeon Detective Agency. She is partnered with Sam Simeon, who is a talking gorilla, as well as a cartoonist. Yep, the gorilla's a cartoonist. He's also the smart one of the bunch. And calling him a talking gorilla here is not quite correct in this volume 1. Now here I am stuffed up again. I started out clear, and now I'm stuffed up. Sam is a regular gorilla, just smarter than the average bear, and is a cartoonist, but he talks or speaks in ape gibberish, which Angel can understand for some reason. And most people don't notice him that much. They just seem to think he's a regular person who happens to look very apish. Now, later in I think it was in the 90s miniseries when Phil Foglio did it, I'll probably cover that sometime too, things were changed up. He actually spoke. It turns out he was the grandson of Flash villain Gorilla Grodd from Gorilla City in Africa, and was able to mentally screen himself so that he looked human to everyone else. And I don't know enough about the later miniseries, but from what I understand, in the New 52, Angel was some kind of doctor at Star Labs or some other lab like that. I don't know. And Sam Simeon was also some kind of scientist, and he got somehow accidentally injected with some kind of gorilla DNA from the intelligent gorillas of Gorilla City, which turned him into a gorilla. I have not seen that. I've only read about that. So take that for what it's worth. Well, taking that break to blow my nose worked for a few seconds, and then I instantly stuffed up again. So, this is a humorous cover, as you can see. And it's basically a gag and has absolutely nothing to do with the interior stories. And is drawn by Bob Oksner, who is the primary penciler on Angel and the Ape. Angel and the Ape, who was born in 1916 and passed away in 2007. Bob Oksner is a comic book artist known for adventure and humor comics. In 1943, he created the second version of Marvel Boy for Timely, and he drew the syndicated newspaper strip Miss Cairo Jones. After that, Sheldon Mayer at DC hired him, and here he worked on the JSA. This is still in the 40s, and later Binky, teen humor title, and went on to do for DC stuff like Jerry Lewis, Bob Hope, and many loves of Dobie Gillis, based on the 50s TV series, and other tie-in comics, as well as a syndicated strip of I Love Lucy. And then after they canceled DC canceled all their humor line, he did regular adventure stuff, and I remember seeing him credited for some, I think, Shazam stuff, I think. So let's take a little peek inside Angel and the Ape. Yes, this is a gag cover. As you can see, they're looking, Angel and Sam are looking for an office space to rent. And Angel says, "What a groovy office. I wonder why nobody rented it before." And of course, it's got the Frankenstein monster, Dracula hanging out there, dead bodies, goons peeking out from all over. It's got an electric chair, hangman's noose, and bats flying around. So I don't know why no one would want to rent that place. And it is a rough reading copy. It's the only, I think this is the only classic one about. Oh, I also forgot to mention that one other little change that happened with Angel and the Phil Foglio miniseries is that Angel turns out to be the half-sister of Dumb Bunny. That's Dumb Bunny from the Inferior Five. So Angel is the smart one. She's not as dumb in that series. Okay, splash page, and Sam is off on a ride with a giant pigeon, because pigeon mob. Okay, and we start off. Sam is working on his comic stuff, looking out the window, and accidentally splashes ink on Angel. Notice has a nice humorous stylization while making Angel a very lovely angel, and just a bit on the sexy side, a very voluptuous figure, for example, and a pretty face. And Sam is wondering, I must be seeing things because there's a giant pigeon carrying off a little girl. And then, and he's curious about that. Then Angel says, "Come on, Sam, we got, go check this out. This rich guy, Henry Gold Rocks. He's a rich guy. His We've been hired to find his kidnapped daughter. A brick was thrown through the window of the 32nd floor skyscraper, and is it with a note for ransom. We're going to deliver that ransom. Have some little sight gags here. Here's the note after she takes all the crap out of her bag. And Angel says, "We're going to go pick up the money, and it's got to be delivered in just a little while at a certain place in the park, just outside the zoo, of course." And so Sam is off doing his traveling the AP way outside, while Angel goes and picks up the money and is delivered. And then, remember, this is the 60s, and she's being harassed by a hippie. So Sam, from hiding, takes care of him. Then this giant pigeon flies down, lays an egg, which has a noxious gas in it. Crash, boom. And Angel passes out, turns Sam green, but it doesn't incapacitate him. The giant pigeon takes the loot, and off he goes. And Sam grabs him and is carried along. Then we see an arm coming out of the giant pigeon with a radio. He's calling for help, and the giant pigeons come and peck the crap out of Sam until, and meanwhile he's punching the crap out of the giant pigeon's back, but still he winds up losing his grip and plummets into right through the roof of an apartment building of a goon who's just out of jail and thinks his wife is cheating on him while he was in jail, and there he is, and he has to take off. Finds one of the pigeon goons that he had knocked out, ties him up, takes his pigeon suit, and flaps back, tries the direction they were going. Can't find anything, flies around. He's got to stop and take a rest here on this statue with all the other pigeons, and it turns out the statue flips, and it leads to the hideout of the pigeon gang. And here's a variety of sight gags. Sam falls in. The little girl and Angel are prisoners. They're counting the money. Yeah, we're $1 short. And Sam plows right into him, beating the crap out of everybody before anyone can do anything. Saves Angel and the little girl. And now he's got to go home, and he still has work to do, and he's been run ragged. Just look at that guy coming in at this hour, probably out living it up all night, dancing, singing. What a soft life these cartoonists lead. Yeah, right. And then here is a little cartoon strip that Sam did for DC Comics. Of course, I think they were called like DZ or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. A nice ad for a suspense book, DC Special. Unbelievable suspense, 13 tales. That would have been cool. Now here we got the second story, and I'm only really covering this one because it is inked by Wally Wood, and I just love the Wood inks over the Oksner pencils, because Oksner makes Angel already very lovely, and Wally Wood's inks of his pencils makes her even lovelier. And I like it. This iteration of Sam. They've been hired to find some rich people's missing son who's been missing for quite a while. So they think it might be in the hippie part of town. So they get dressed up as hippies, but they don't really look like hippies. It's more beatnik. They go to this coffee house. Espresso joint, as opposed to espresso, and shows the picture around and said, hey, you know this guy? and you can see the Wood influence in the humorous visage of this fellow. He says, maybe Big Daddy knows. He pops in because it's actually the picture of Big Daddy, the owner of the stuff of the place. He tells him to bring him in, and he tries to be a little forceful in bringing Angel in, and Sam whallops him a little bit. Then everybody gets walloping on Sam for all the good it does. And it turns out that the owner of this joint, Espresso Joint, is the son that they're looking for. He wanted to drop out, right? Because his parents were all into money and being rich. Well, he opened this espresso joint, and it became a chain, and he's immensely successful. And I just love the lovely artwork by Oksner and Wood here. So they go back to the parents, tell them where their son can be found. He says, "Oh, let's go check it out." And they get there, and they're kind of horrified. Then a week later, well, we still haven't received our payment from the. So you can see how just voluptuously the two together make Angel in this very clingy dress. Very and great artwork. I just love the artwork in Angel and the Ape. So they go to the mansion, and it's been sold. Well, what? So they go to the espresso joint to check things out, and Mom and Pop have become swinging hippies, or beatniks, really. And Mom is a go-go dancer because the kid was so financially successful. They joined him. And then here's another Sam Simeon strip. And that is all for, I like this here, ad for Anthro, a short-lived caveman comic. But the cover, the two ladies are fighting over Anthro, and he's just sitting there relaxing, enjoying the show. And I look closely, and I think, I can't be sure, it's not focusing, that this was inked by, or may have been inked by Wally Wood. It has some wood-like qualities to it, but I can't be sure because it's so small. And that's what I've got for you this time with Angel and the Ape. Ha ha! That's a lot of fun. I really enjoy that. I'd like to get more of the old Angel and the Ape. You don't run across them very often. At least not in the cheapo bins. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment. Do you remember Angel and the Ape? Have you seen the most recent iterations? I haven't of Angel. But I've got some of the Phil Foglio one. And while I like Phil Foglio, I really did not like his artwork on Angel and the Ape, just because I'm spoiled by Bob Oksner's. But Foglio is quite adequate. He is a good cartoonist, and I like Phil Foglio's work, so don't get me wrong. But have you seen Angel? Have you read Angel? Has this version been reprinted in a collection somewhere that I don't know about? If you know, let me know. And remember, comics are art.